What do it be that all pirates aspire to? In the minds of some, it be the golden rewards of the company voyages. And to many others, it be the glory of a battle well fought. And yet still to others, well, they merely be looking for a tale to share over a nice full tankard of grog. But all buccaneers can agree on one thing, if nothing else. The loftiest goal of all be entry into the hallowed halls of Athena's Fortune. A place for only the most seasoned of sailors, where any pirate can become legend. Myself and Squash were given this honor after a long and strenuous merchant voyage some time back, but, well, there's still be one member of our motley crew what ain't quite up to snuff. Pepper Stretch, the ship's fisherman and cook. And fair enough, I suppose. When ye be spending most of your voyage, fiddling with your rod off the ship's aft, you aren't likely to be making much of a reputation for yourself, eh? But I digress. Stretch be a loyal crewman, sure enough, as deserving of a legendary status as myself and Squash have ever been. Matter of fact, he were very nearly there. Just had to prove himself worthy to one last company, the Order of Souls. And what better time to be doing it than during the Festival of Community, eh? The three of us settled ourselves in for a long voyage and prepared to make sail. Now, not one of us were under the illusion that this would be quick, but we were prepared to face the seas and all their perils for as long as it took. So long as by the end, Stretch had earned the esteemed rank of pirate legend. So, with the wind at our back and a worthy reward ahead, the three of us were shoving off, putting to sea on a voyage to help our crewmate truly embrace the pirate's life. Step lively now, men. We be on the approach. Now, ye filthy cockroaches, what be we doing once we see them bone bags? Kill 'em all! Aye, show 'em no mercy and grant 'em no quarter. We be after the captain's head, mateys. Now, have at 'em. I always love giving a rousing speech right before we go to battle. Even when our opponents, well, don't exactly be the most threatening of foes. Especially not when there be three of us. Frankly, I were more occupied bringing the rowboat around to the ship than I were invested in the squabble ashore.
Hey, give us a hand!
Oh, don't be such a baby, Squash. They'd just be a skeleton, Captain. See, that weren't so hard, now were it?
Go to hell!
Lazy blackguard. I swear, you have 'em do one thing by themselves, and it be all, oh, Captain this, Captain that. Captain be about to shove his boot up your ass, if you don't be quiet. Anyhow, the meager loot from the island were quick enough to be hauling aboard. Mostly thanks to the new and improved harpoons that were designed by the shipwrights. Once everything were upon deck, we could set off towards the next destination. As As we sailed along the sea, I could tell straight away the anticipation were building throughout Stretch's short, fat little body. He could smell his destiny on the wind, like all good cooks. As we approached our next target, he knew that his fate lay ahead, at Kraken's Fall. Each of us took a separate heading while on the island. Squash headed off to deal with the cannoneer, while I began to search for the accursed crew we'd been sent to track down. All while Stretch, did his thing. In the end, it were me and Squash what dealt with the skeletal horde. I'm not, entirely sure where Stretch were during all of this, and, he refuses to tell me, so, what? What? I mean, what the hell? Where's the booty going? Oh, you know what? I'll bet you anything it'd be that damn bird again.
Squeak! You're not wrong.
God damn that little thing. Well, so long as it don't be touching any of our loot for the Order, it'd only be a minor pest. Besides, there'd be plenty of opportunity for treasure on the next island. That is, of course, so long as we can avoid killing each other trying to get the job done. Squash.
Kablooey!
You son of...
Couldn't you see the bloody bumps?
Go to hell, Squash. Well, I'm glad one of us thought it were funny. I know death don't be quite so meaningful on these waters, but it still hurts. Anyhow, just as before, we dealt with the cat nice and easy like, loading up our haul of loot before moving on to the next bounty. Aye, we were getting lucky with the small islands. I swear there'd be more space on the deck of our brig than there be on the wee strip of sand where the next bounties were found. Matter of fact, we hardly had to leave the ship at all to deal with them. With that, we'd completed all the bounties we were given. But unlike me time in the Devil's Roar, we wouldn't need to be running back and forth to an outpost for more. Fortune were smiling down on us that day, you see, offering more lucrative opportunities. You see, at some point along the way, and I genuinely couldn't hope to be telling you when, someone on the crew snagged themselves one of them coral-encrusted messages in a bottle, you see, strewn about from time to time, calling us down to the shrine of flooded embrace. And seeing how a Breath of the Sea be accepted loot by all the trading companies, well, I'm sure ye can imagine, for someone looking to impress the Order's souls, it'd be worth getting a wee bit wet to try and claim it. Stretch and I would be the ones to dive down below, while Squash kept watch over the ship itself. Lucky enough for us, this shrine be a test of endurance more than it be any sort of puzzle or challenge like most of the others. The whole chamber be flooded from top to bottom, with a handful of air pockets scattered throughout. The only true obstacle ye be facing will be your own lungs, as you search for the plunder hidden within. It wouldn't take long for Stretch to find the Breath of the Sea, while I scavenged for whatever trinkets I could find, and Squash... Wait, Squash? Weren't ye meant to be staying up on the ship? I suppose it don't matter too much. We found the valuable loot, so we wouldn't need to be down here too much longer. In fact, why don't I go on up ahead and, shiver me timbers! The ship is on fire! Squash! What the hell be the matter with you, lad? Get back up here, you scallywag, or I'll hoist you up the mainsail by your neck! Even at the bottom of the sea, me crew could hear the fury in me voice, and they came a-running. Meanwhile, I found the culprit behind the little inferno. It would seem in our absence, Squash had tried to take it upon himself to fill Stretch's role as the ship's cook. Now, what do you say, Squash?
Sorry.
Aye, now don't that feel better?
No!
Didn't think so. Once all the coral loot were collected from in the drink, we left that undersea spire behind, setting off to one last island to fight a skeleton bounty that were, fished out of the bottom of a barrel someplace during the voyage. Again, not rightly certain of, where or when or nothing like that. All I knew were any bit of loot be counting towards Stretch's reputation, meaning we'd be collecting as much of it as we could find. And when them captains failed to bring our emissary flag to grade 5, well, we simply took a stop on our way to Sanctuary in order to raid an unlucky sea fort. Hey, I'll stop bringing the damn things up in the stories when they stop being so convenient. They basically be free loot. It's like stealing candy from a bunch of spectral, gun-toting babies. It were with that image in mind that we pulled up beside the Sovereign's tent, selling our haul of treasure and earning Stretch the respect he so rightly deserved. All he had to do now were buy the promotions from each of the companies, and he too would be able to take that walk of pride in order to claim his reward. Allow me to be the first to say, as the captain, I couldn't be more proud to call these men crew. Blundering fools though they may be, I wouldn't have it any other way. That be all for this week's story. Wind in your sails, mateys, until we meet again.
In folds of midnight water, side by side, we sons and daughters, we set forth